तो हेलो दोस्तों, स्वागत करता हूँ आप सभी का मेरे इस चैनल में जिसका नाम है रेडियर गेमिंग। और हम आ चुके हैं अगले पार्ट में बाहरी दुनिया के। मेरा गला थोड़ा बैठ गया है भाई, पता नहीं क्यों। विक्स की गोली खानी पड़ेगी। कभी सही हो जाता है, कभी एकदम खराश वाला हो जाता है। और भाई इसी के साथ मैंने जैसे कि बताया था, हम हैं मोनार्क पे और हमने अब जाना है ढूंढने ब्रैक्सटन को, क्योंकि हमने 2-4 मिशन देखो पकड़ रखे हैं यहाँ पर, तगड़े वाले करके। ये क्या है भाई? ओके, ये मिशन यहाँ पर आ रहा है, लेकिन मेरा मानना है कि क्या करना चाहिए हमें। चलो ये यहीं पे है, इसे यहीं पे करते हैं, फिर बाद में देखते हैं बाकी मिशंस को भी। इसमें पता है क्या यार, मिशन आपस में ना वो हो जाते हैं, एक दूसरे के ऊपर आ जाते हैं, मिक्सअप हो जाते हैं। तो वही चीज़ है। नहीं तो एक काम कर सकते हैं, हम सीधा ब्रैक्सटन के पास ही चलते हैं, ब्रैक्सटन को ही पकड़ते हैं पहले। ऐसा करते हैं हम, फिर आएंगे वापस यहाँ पर। बताओ, ब्रैक्सटन का मिशन करने के लिए गए थे और एक नए मिशन के चक्कर में फंस गए। ये आतड़ियाँ पातड़ियाँ निकल रखी हैं। अब तो ये डंडे डुंडे बहुत बढ़िया डैमेज देगा यार। यार हम बिट्स कैसे ज्यादा कमा
Am I the
सकते हैं,
only one
ये
getting
सोच रहा हूँ मैं।
hungry?
वो तुम्हारी मैया की है।
Asshole! Nice shot!
ये क्या है भाई? एक चीज रुको, इसकी और इन दोनों की गोलियां सेम है? नहीं, अलग अलग है भाई।
Are these real ruins? It's just like in the movies.
बहुत धीरे धीरे करता है यार। लो, उसकी गांड फैले पड़ जावे फिलिक्स की। ओ भाई साहब,
That's what you get.
कुछ है क्या इसके पास? अच्छा सा। ओके। वो दीवार तोड़ के अंदर घुसा हुआ भाई। चलो देख के अंदर ब्रैक्सटन है क्या। मुझे ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है अंदर से बहुत बड़ा है ये। एडगर्स माथर।
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
अरे हॉस्पिटल,
In my experience,
हॉस्पिटैलिटी।
any stranger this friendly either wants to rob and airlock you or sell you something.
Nonsense. Out here in the wilderness, we welcome all who come to our door. Now come in, make yourselves comfortable.
आई एम लुकिंग फॉर अ मैन नेम्ड, थैंक्स।
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The raptidons and marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner?
गड़बड़ है भाई कुछ। आर यू श्योर यू हैवंट सीन?
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
I think I just lost my appetite.
बिल्कुल।
You must be famished. Is it sticking again? There's a bit of a trick to jimmying it open. Please, there's no need for it. I promise I'll get the door open once we've had our meal.
आई एम नॉट सेइंग। तो भाई ऊपर जाके देखते हैं।
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies?
बताओ।
You know, the ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on the front.
Doesn't sound like any medication I've heard of. Nothing legitimate, anyway.
They don't taste very good, but they make me feel so nice. Hungry, too.
अच्छा जी.
That's too bad. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though. I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he
वो
brought us
ब्रैक्सटन ही
candies
होगा
to
भाई.
make us well again. And they
मिस्ट्री सी हो गई
worked.
भाई.
Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal. He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that.
Some kind of off-brand drug, maybe? Wouldn't be the first or the worst.
They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again.
अच्छा.
Okay, maybe...
Think they'll notice if we slip out first?
तो भाई लोगों.
Hey, that's against regulation.
अरे भाई
What do
हम
you
कुछ
think
नहीं
you're
कर
doing?
कुछ नहीं कर रहे भाई. वो भाई ब्राइब देख रहे कितनी मांग रही हरामजादी.
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
If you don't want people to go through your stuff.
Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies.
तेरी रॉकेट कैंडी की माँ की जाए. माथर हाउस की. ये मुझे इनका घर लगता नहीं भाई मेरे. ये माथर फैमिली मादर चौथ फैमिली है. नीचे जाके बाकी सबसे भी बात करते हैं. नहीं तो इनकी मैया की जाए. इससे भी बात करो भाई लेवी मैथर.
Oh, hello there.
एक्चुअली हम लोग
Sorry, I'm not real good with, You got a funny way of putting things. I used to be good with words, but it feels like there's this fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before? That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
चलो भाई अब इससे भी बात कर लो.
What a pleasant surprise. And yet the Eternal provides, does it not? And who could? Stretch out your hand and cosmic divinity reaches back. Open wide your mouth and the universe provides sustenance. Just that your presence here is a gift to us, and one that we don't take for granted. Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner? I hope you favor ketchup and...
अब इसके बाद जाओ.
You must be famished.
I'm not staying locked in here with you people. सालू ने ताला लगाया है भाई साहब. तो एक काम करते हैं. मुझे ये नहीं पता ऊपर वाला सही है या ये वाला खोलना सही है.
Heads up, boss! That jackass is incoming!
खाली पगली फैमिली है ये भाई, सबकी मैया चुड़ी। सर्च द हाउस। ओ
I've
भैया,
seen and made my share of corpses, but this is downright unsettling.
ओहो भाई,
I am
ब्रैक्सटन साहब का
so
तो
glad I skipped
लला
lunch.
चुदगी। नेम हैश ब्रैक्सटन, सुपरवाइजर बैलेट वेल्मा, पोजीशन चीफ हेल्थ एमएसआई। इफ लॉस प्लीज रिटर्न टू बलाड वेल्मा और करंट। ओ भाई साहब, बताओ, मार दिया बेचारे को, ब्रैक्सटन साहब को, ड्रग्स ले डूबा। ये लग रहा था ये फैमिली घपलेबाज है, लेकिन इतनी हरामजादी होगी ये नहीं पता था। मुझे लग रहा था इन्होंने कहीं बाहर बूर कर दिया होगा काम। अब चलते हैं वापस जाके वेल्मा बलार्ड को
Think
बताते
they
हैं कि
left anything
ब्रैक्सटन
good
की तो
behind?
ऐसी की तैसी हो गई
Floors
भाई।
and ruins. Killers
छुरी
have
भी
lost
घुसी हुई
it.
थी उसकी टांगों में
All
जब
we're
हमें
missing is
मिला वो।
theme music.
तो रात कितनी सही है यार इसमें।
You ever watch Agent Khan? He's got this ship, right? The Invincible. And we got a ship, right? So I got
रात
to
का समय
thinking,
बहुत सही लगता
how
है
we
मेरे को।
win in a race?
अब जाना पड़ेगा वेल्मा के पास।
Hey, Ellie. When was it that you realized the board was crushing the life out of this colony?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the board.
सारे के सारे गुंडे
The
बदमाश
machine
थे
of
वो,
oppression? Isn't that why you became a
इसलिए तो
pirate?
अटैक का ऑप्शन आ
You
गया
wanted
था।
to be free.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
ओके ओके मैडम जी, आई गॉट सम बैड।
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift? That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
Maybe now you can hire someone better. Definitely sounded like one.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
क्या?
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Fair enough. The damn thing's been a headache anyway. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials. He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
I can talk to Caleb for you. Why don't you just pay them more? Surely you can.
Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand. You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. I don't have the bits for it. Besides, hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work. Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Someone going to need your software before long. You're going to be held responsible.
For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life. Fine.
उसके पास जाके देखते हैं भाई। क्या है भाई? डिलीवर द ट्रांसफर पोस्टर टू ग्रिम। ग्रिम का है भाई? यहाँ है। पहले ग्रिम पोस्टर पकड़ा दे। यही करते हैं भाई। पहले ग्रिम पोस्टर पकड़ा देते हैं, उसके बाद उसके सेलेब से भी मिल लेते हैं। अच्छा ये
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days. I'd show you around, but I gotta keep watch. Just in case
चलो भाई, ये मिशन तो हुआ कंप्लीट हमारा।
someone else comes along.
अब चलते हैं। ये रहा, ऊपर जाना है।
I just don't get how you can be so casual about your integrity.
ये रहा भाई।
Way I
New face, huh? You from off-world?
हाँ जी।
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink.
वैसे मुझे हर किसी के सामने बोलना चाहिए, या समय लूं या वो
Why don't you grab a
थर्ड
chair?
ऑप्शन चूज करूंगा
Sit
अगली
a
बार।
spell and revel with us. Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
What could be so bad if it made you walk? Won't you get in trouble for that?
I don't see how. When Sanjar took over MSI, he tossed all the old corporate rules. We ain't required no more to work whatever job the company demands. Our supervisor Velma goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
ये तो भाई वो कर रहे हैं।
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Sanjar going to fire Velma if you don't return to work. How long?
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least. Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
ज़्यादा पे आउट का पंगा चल रहा भाई। यूनियन खराब हो रही।
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
तेरा सामान चोरी कर रहा हूँ लवड़ू। आई एम जस्ट लीविंग।
Carry on.
सामान भी चोरी कर लिया और लीव भी कर लिया। कर ले मेरा, पाड़ ले टट्टू। यहाँ होगा, यही होगा वेयर हाउस। रास्ता किधर से है भाई? अरे ये तो यहाँ पर आ गया हूँ। यहाँ तो नहीं आना था भाई।
Hey, Ellie. Hey, Ellie, how's your head? Still spinning?
Felix, the secret to surviving a good night is a big breakfast.
यहाँ से है क्या
Wait,
रास्ता?
what are you yammering about?
I was just curious, all.
टट्टी पेशाब की जगह है।
Whenever we talked, like you had a headache. But I guess you're feeling all right now.
Look, you're okay, but don't go rubbing it in, all right?
अबे यार, ये तो क्या करा जाए भाई? लो बताओ। अरे मुझे एक बात बताओ। अच्छा ये स्टैश है, इसमें ही पड़ा है माल। क्या करा जाए भाइयों?
Why don't you? Sure thing.
यार अब वो स्टैश खोल नहीं सकता मैं अभी। स्टैश नहीं खोल सकता तो मैं यूज़ भी नहीं कर सकता उसका माल। तो ये वाला ही मिशन कर लो भाई, फिर देखते हैं क्या होता। तब तक माल इकट्ठा कर लेते हैं, अगर स्टैश खुल जाएगा तो हमें सबूत भी मिल जाएगा। क्या करा जा सकता है भाई यहाँ? और the betting slips list some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called mostly colonists is from left field toss ball betting। चलो ये मिल गया। और कुछ भी तो होगा जब ये लोग कह रहे हैं यहाँ पर। It's not clear what happened to the victim, but something in the apartment might point you in the right direction. You have found a betting slip from the अब भाई तुम लोग भी कुछ बता लो।
Okay.
अरे नहीं भाई, आजा वापस। इसके साथ मुझे क्यों छोड़ के चलेगी? इसी के साथ साथ हमारी ऐसी की तैसी हो चुकी है। भाई मेरे पास सामान हो चुका है ज्यादा, मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा। एवरीथिंग मस्ट, मैंने भेज दिया लेकिन फिर भी हल्का नहीं चल रहा भाई, क्या बात है? ऐसा क्या हमारे मेरे पास सामान है ज्यादा जो इतना भारी है रखा? तब भेज दो, बाद में देखेंगे इसे। ये क्या टेलर पे? मिनट रुको यार। क्या नाम है इस मिशन का? द स्टेनलेस स्टील रैट। हाँ तो भाई मैं थोड़ा बहुत पता लगाया है, उसके बाद आया हूँ। बीच का सीन कटा हुआ है। अरे ये लेना था हमने। आउटफिट ऑल ऑफ द सम कट कलर was stuffed into the suitcase। ठीक है, हो गया। सर्च द अपार्टमेंट क्लूज। वहाँ जाना है। इन्वेस्टिगेट द लेफ्ट फील्ड टॉस बॉल बैटिंग। अच्छा, यहाँ नहीं जाना, मुझे लगा अंदर के अंदर होगा कोई। आ गए भाई हम।
Ooh, you're the
ओहो,
new face.
एक और
Wow,
मोहतरमा
you must
नेल।
be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths. Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball.
You get to listen to games all day? Stellar Bay really is a paradise.
It's pretty swell, but it's a whole lot better with company. Say, I don't think I've seen you before, and I'd remember that face.
I'll try not to be a stranger then. Name's Felix, by the way.
Listen quietly. Get a room.
Sorry about that. Was there something I could do for you?
हाँ नहीं तो। I have found the betting slips in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might be? You said you were having trouble receiving.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch. Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
लो, पोलाइटली बेइज्जती कर दी। Cut to the chase.
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Good. Someone's gotta. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
चलो भाई, कहाँ पर है ये? अरे ये तो यहीं पे है। मुझे लगा था ये फॉल ब्रुक में होंगे, लेकिन ये यहीं पर है पास में। ओ भाई साहब, अपनी ही पोक बना रखी जगह इन्होंने।
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
तेरी माँ की चूत पलटा, सुन मेरे मुंह से। थग थग। तू बात कर बे एलिजा।
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
हाँ है बिजनेस। Fine, leisure.
Well, wait, you're the new sublight partner? Look, I don't want any trouble.
Then
That's what you get! Right there!
क्या हुआ? ये मारा फिलिक्स ने मैया चुदगी बर्टा की सालों ने एली बना रखी है यहाँ से रास्ता जाने का। गजब, मुझे पसंद आया ये चीज। उसे भी तो मिल के आऊं मैं पहले।
Here to catch a game? What can I do for you?
अच्छा, इतनी सारी स्किन ये क्या करती है भाई? ये लॉटरी पोट्री का धंधा चलाती है। लॉटरी का धंधा करने वाली महिला नल। हाँ जी।
Aha, the helpful stranger I've heard so much about.
हाँ
Here
जी।
to do business, hmm?
Clear my schedule. This
ये
newcomer
इंडियन
has a
है भाई।
meeting with me.
No, you have a meeting with me.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak.
Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna. Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
अच्छा।
We've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
ठीक।
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the
मतलब
notion of a
मोनार्क
free
प्लेनेट
colony.
बोर्ड के
Could
अंदर
it be
नहीं आता
because you're an agent of the
10
establishment?
साल से।
I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Are you out of your mind? You can't just go crawling back to your old masters.
Well, we can't continue to subsist like this either.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Fine, but how do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
I was starting to get bored listening to you, till you said the phrase extremely powerful ordnance.
It is quite the rush. I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And These days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I need to ask something. हाँ.
What can I do for you? But that's terrible. What happened? But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies.
जी हाँ, जो
If
भी
there's
है.
one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters.
Sometimes you got matter in your hand.
Celia, I do hope you're taking notes. I've got to remember some of these quips.
Indeed, sir.
Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
ठीक.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
ठीक.
Sounds like the board gave themselves the power to arrest an entire planet.
They would say it's for the greater good. Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
Okay. मतलब अपनी पावर का बोर्ड ने यूज करा के मोनार्क को हटा दिया ताकि अब ये सारे लोग क्रिमिनल हैं जिसकी वजह से बिजनेस मेंटेन करना प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है इनके लिए.
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, and once you go back to him, they'll own your dignity too.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation. Indeed, we've got to consider realities, not ideals. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more
Good for you. Force them to the bargaining table.
Oh, believe me, I've learned that much. But I'm also not going to leave MSI at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations. What can I do? I see. And was his delivery of the MSI? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
चलो भाई 19वां लेवल हो चुका है और स्किल के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा भाई डायलॉग बढ़ाओ अपने जनरल में देखते हैं हमारे पास मिशन क्या क्या है पर पहले एक बार इस पे चल के देखते हैं फिर से चल के देखते हैं हमारे पास अगर मटेरियल हो चुके हैं इकट्ठे अबे यार चलो एक ही आइटम था। टीवी देख रहे हो? नहीं, वेल्डिंग वो तो वो है, मशीन है। मुझे लगा टीवी रखा है वहाँ। बताओ कहाँ से कर लूँगा यार मैं। और जब तक ये नहीं होने का तो वो वहाँ से नहीं होने का। तो नई मुसीबत में फंस गया भाई। बोल्ट पे चलो। लेकिन ये उससे पहले हम अपना एक बंदा और लेके जाएंगे। सॉरी, खांसी हो रही है बहुत ज़्यादा। तो आप किसी से लगाओ, आओ चले मिशन पे। भैया 2 जने चाहिए अपने साथ, डिस्ट्रैक्शन बहुत बढ़िया होती है। फिर भी लग गई मेरी टांग पे। अरे आए नहीं भाई ये मेरे साथ।
Got any news from the rest of house?
ये क्या हुआ भाई? मेरे साथ ये नीचे क्यों नहीं आया दोनों? हाँ आ जाओ भाई आ जाओ। अब देखते हैं भाई ये बोल्ट इन्हें क्या एडवांटेज देता है। बोल्ट से कम ये मोनार्क जो प्लेनेट है ये वो हो जाएगा, सिक्योर हो जाएगा। ब्लड एंड रिवेंज आर हैमरिंग इन द हेड। बताओ 63 हो जाएंगे मेरे पास।
Someone else will clean this up, right?
बंदूक बहुत ज़्यादा कमाल की पावरफुल हो रखी है हमारी इस वक्त। सबकी ऐसी की तैसी हो रखी है इस बंदूक से।
Now that was fun.
सबकी टांगे टुंगे कटी पड़ी। कहाँ पर चला है?
One down. Heads up, boss. Everyone all right?
सबके सब निपटा दिए भाई। पर इतनी गोलियां मिलती नहीं है जितनी लग जावे तुम्हारी, सीधी बात है। अब बताओ इन्होंने कहा ये भी खोल लो। एक और गोल चक्कर चाहिए, मिल जाए यहाँ कहीं से पड़ा हुआ। और तो कुछ है नहीं यहाँ। बताओ। और कोई रास्ता है क्या ऊपर चढ़ने का भाई? अरे कितनी डार्कनेस हो जाती है भाई एकदम। तेरी ऐसी की तैसी बच गया मैं।
Hello? Hello? I hear boots out there. Wait, can rats wear boots?
क्या है? वेट, कैन रैप्ट वेयर बूट्स? आई डोंट थिंक।
Get away! Oh, thank the Eternal. I'm
बताओ।
Huxley. Hux if you're lazy. I'm stuck. My friends and I were scavenging here, and a Mantiqueen showed up. Then Raptidons. It was a void-blasted mess. I ran in here, and now the door's locked. Little help? It's easier than it sounds, all right? Next time you get chased by Raptidons, you let me know the rationality of your decisions.
ये भी ठीक है।
Phew. Thanks, mister. My buddy had a key, but I ain't heard him in a while. He locked me in here and took off. Probably got munched. So look for a dead guy, I guess. Or a rat. Maybe it's in a rat belly. Gross. What do you mean? It's locked. Wait, upward? Oh, my eternal soul, it worked!
Phew.
बताओ।
Thank you so much. It was getting all stuffy in there, and I was getting a mite lightheaded, and I think maybe I was gonna die. Now I'm out here, and I'm headed back to Amber Heights.
क्या करना चाहिए? With the trouble you caused me, you're dying here.
Oh, sure, I'm a runner. I'm used to getting all dizzy, and hey, who's your identical, slightly blurry friend?
बताओ।
But I ain't got nothing on me. How's about a heaping helping of appreciation and respect?
Being saved by me, you enter in non-negotiable contract. You are now on me. Stuffing back.
Can do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
सब सामान चुरा लो। कोई है क्या यहाँ पर? वही तो मैं कह रहा, यहाँ पर ये टर्मिनल यहीं पे होगा, नीचे लगा हुआ। ऑप्शनल क्यों छोड़े भाई, जब कर सकते हैं। अब चलो।
Fresh sulfur. Good to be out.
मार के कोई फायदा था नहीं से।
Warmed up now.
चलो बस फटाफट भाग के चलते हैं मिस्टर संजार के पास। क्या बढ़िया जगह लग रही। दिन का टाइम इसका बहुत अजीब है, मैंने पहले भी कहा है और अब भी कहूँगा यार, बहुत अजीब लगता है। रात का जितना सही लग रहा है ना टाइम इसका, इस मोनार्क का। मैंने सोच रहा थोड़ा ब्लूइश ब्लूइश सा प्लेनेट हुआ, गजब गजब सा, जैसा पहला प्लेनेट था ना हमारा मोनार्क। शायद आगे आ जाए कोई प्लेनेट ऐसा।
You should know you're getting excellent reviews from across the company.
हाँ जी।
What can I do for you? Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less.
How exactly?
What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board. Corporate espionage.
How was that, Celia? Did I sell it?
Your best delivery yet, sir.
I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
The board just can't let Monarch go, huh?
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are. Oh, I imagine you do. But as much as I love your can-do attitude and dangerous gravitas, Catherine handles all of our shipments. So it would be best if you could leave her in one piece. Is that how you people put it? Once you, subtly work out where this corporate facility might be, bring back proof of its operation.
बहुत बातें हो रही
Maybe some
यार।
nice letterhead. Or someone working there. That would do it. A foolproof plan if I ever heard one. I'll leave the execution to you. You weren't supposed to look. I asked you to delete it. Oh, yes. No doubt someone else was having a laugh at my expense before you. This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them. One of the executives required a transplant.
He's lucky they didn't want a liver or a heart.
I thought volunteering to donate might improve my prospects. Apparently not. Yeah, in charge of a scrap heap of a city. Abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners. I hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that.
हाँ भाई हाँ।
Thank you for that.
अब क्या करना है मेरे को? तो भाई लोगों, हमने इतने मिशन कर लिए हैं, लेकिन 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 हमारा वक्त हो चला है पूरा। ठीक है ना भाई मेरे? इसके बाद हम जाएंगे फुल ब्रूक पे, ठीक है, और वहाँ का करेंगे मिशन। इस वीडियो के लिए बस इतना ही। नए आए हो तो लाइक कमेंट सब्सक्राइब शेयर सब कर दो भाई मेरे। काफ़ी लंबी वीडियो हो चुकी है भाई मेरे। मिशन काफ़ी अच्छे थे, लेकिन कभी कभी बार बातें बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाती है, बहुत ज़्यादा ऑप्शन हो जाते हैं, लेकिन कभी-कभी तो मज़ा भी आता है उन ऑप्शंस में। मिलूँगा लेकिन मैं आप सभी को अगली वीडियो में। इस वीडियो के लिए बस इतना ही। मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में। आपका धन्यवाद और बाय।